Hey everyone, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where today is a Sunday episode, which means it is time for some side quests. It took me a little while to decide what we're doing today because we have a lot of options, and that also makes a lot of options leads to decision paralysis. So I don't really want to do side quests right now because I want to get a little bit further in the main story to make sure all the side quests I want to do are unlocked. So we have a bunch of other things that we could possibly do instead. We have options of doing more fates. There's another extra dungeon we could do right now. There's several options. There's sightseeing logs we could do right now. Yeah, there's quite a few options we have. But I've decided that today we are going to be introducing the PvP mode of the game. We're going to be introducing one of the PvP modes of the game, because there are several. And we'll eventually check all of them out, but for now we're just going to start with the basics. So, Vorcel Huloi, or whichever commander you have based on whichever grand company you're in. We have a pup no longer, and we'll save a Shadows on Cast for later. Vorcel Huloi would have you begin your training in earnest. Listen well, Sergeant Lancy. The Order of the Twin Adder does not just welcome glory seekers willy-nilly into our ranks. You stand here today because we believe in your potential. We believe that you will go forth as a serpent and help restore order to a world gone mad. And yet, potential alone will not carry you far. Indeed, the road to glory is littered with the bodies of would-be heroines who lack the determination and diligence to hone their innate talents. But you will not suffer the same fate, I am certain of it. It is with such high hopes for your future that I would send you to begin the next phase of your training. The venue shall be the Wolves' Den, a proving ground established by the Eorzean Alliance to prepare Grand Company recruits for the battles that lie ahead. The Wolves' Den is to be found just off the shores of Lenosia. The ferry at the Morbi Dry Docks in Lower Lenosia will grant you passage there. Upon your arrival, seek out Storm Captain Berkoya Lotelsin. I have already taken the liberty of submitting a letter of recommendation on your behalf. Alright, let's get moving. On to the Wolves' Den. And I will meet you over at Morbi Dry Docks. Alright, down here at the Morbi Dry Docks in Lower Lenosia, we're going to be heading out onto the docks, I believe right over here. And we're going to be talking to this ferry skipper who will bring us to the Wolves' Den Pier. This skiff is bound for the Wolves' Den. Might you care to join us? Indeed. PvP, player versus player duty, involves battles fought against other players rather than in-game creatures and incorporates an independent battle system with its own set of unique rules. Final Fantasy XIV offers several different varieties of PvP, from ranked matches to casual training for anywhere from 2 to 72 participants. And they do have the website, The Lodestone, where you can check out specific details. Oh my goodness. Because I started this account, this file, before they did the big PvP rework, I have so many dead, unusable, non-existent actions on my hotbar. Oh no, I'll have to set that up off screen once we're done here. Alright then, let's go find Berkoya Lotelsin, who we were told to find when we arrived. Oh goodness, this place is a bit big. Let's first off attune to the Aetheryte. That way we can come back here fairly easily whenever we wish. There's a summoning bell so you can speak with your retainers if you need to. If we head down here, we've got a bunch of shops where we can exchange things we get from PvP for rewards. And the Storm Captain is right up here. I don't recall seeing your ugly mug around here before. You say that Huloi sent you? He said he was sending a new wolf to the den. Bah, more like the run to the litter if you ask me. You barely have fangs for the honin', but I guess I'm feeling goddamn generous, so I'll throw you a bone. Start yourself off with Crystalline Conflict. Them training bouts are made special for feckless adventuring types who can't tell sound strategy from a horse's arse. I still reckon it won't be dawn before you run home with your tail between your legs crying for your mom, but you can have a word with Lieutenant Gunji Zelunji if you insist on giving it a go. You'll find him outside, assuming you can work up the nerve. And stand up straight, maggot. This ain't no place with a weak spine. Dismissed. Well, that actually changes what I'm doing today. Not too significant. It's kind of significantly, but it's not a big deal. I didn't expect them to specifically recommend Crystalline Conflict, because I was gonna do a different type of PvP instead today. But sure, let me go ahead and mark off that we've been to the Wolves' Den Pier. And let's go learn about Crystalline Conflict. You have unlocked Crystalline Conflict. The Grand Companies of Eorzea established this new tactical exercise to strengthen their individual members' strategic capacity. Outmaneuver other adventurers just like you in a match of wits to claim victory. Speak with Gunji Zalunji at the Wolves' Den to learn more. Alright, where are you, Gunji? That's Soft Nox. We are looking for... down here. The Crystalline's Call. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to navigate too many things at once. I'm trying to navigate to the quest on my checklist so I can mark off that I am taking care of it. Here we are. You look to be spoiling for a fight, newcomer. Not that I blame you, most everyone the captain sends my way is. You do well to vent some of that pent-up rage in a match or 3 of Crystalline Conflict. It's the latest, greatest, and most exciting tactical training you'll find this side of the front lines. You may think me biased, given that I'm the one who came up with the rules, but nothing could be further from the truth. We've received countless calls to add more strategic elements to our training skirmishes, you see, and I simply put the entirety of my considerable skill toward answering them. Crystalline Conflict matches challenge you to maintain control over an all-important freight, which you must transport safely to a designated location amid the heat of battle. I've even designed special arenas replete with magic mechanisms to keep you on your toes. If that piques your interest, my first recommendation is that you learn the rules in their entirety, lest you be pulverized the moment you step onto the field. But fear not, I am more than happy to discuss them anytime. Crystalline Conflict allows you to take part in small-scale 5v5 tactical skirmishes. It can be accessed via the PvP section of the Duty Finder. Alright, tell us the rules, Gungi Zalungi, before we head in. Back for an explanation, are you? Perfect. Now you may wish to cancel any other plans you had for the next day or so. Uh-oh. It's gonna be a long one. Crystalline Conflict is a tactical confrontation between teams Astra and Umbra. A maximum of 10 players, 5 per team, may participate in total. Crystalline Conflict matches can be entered via the Duty Finder. To register, participants must use a job of level 30 or above and may not be part of a pre-formed party. There are no restrictions on the balance of roles within a team. However, there cannot be 2 players with the same job on one team. A standard match lasts 5 minutes. In the event that neither team claims victory in the allotted time, the match will go into overtime. Incapacitated players will be returned to their base, where they will be allowed to rejoin the combat after a short delay. However, this delay increases with each incapacitation. Players will return to their senses with HP and MP fully restored, and all action recast timers reset. Furthermore, they'll be invulnerable so long as they remain at their base. This effect will be lost upon returning to the battlefield. Other restrictions: use of the following is prohibited while participating in Crystalline Conflict. You cannot use chat aside from quick chat, which is pre-programmed chat messages, which allows them to basically prevent trash talk. Not restricted for custom matches. Class or job changes are not allowed, gear changes not allowed, items not allowed, chocobo companions, mounts, teleportation, and return all not allowed. Match types. There are 3 types of matches in Crystalline Conflict: casual, ranked, and custom. The primary difference among these is that ranked matches affect players' risers and tiers, so thus their overall ranks as well. Casual matches, losing or winning a casual match has no effect on riser or tier. Ranked matches, loss or victory in these competitive matches affects participants' risers and tiers. Thus, when playing a ranked match, you will be matched with players of similar tier and riser to your own. Custom matches. Custom matches allow participants to customize their group, arena, and other match settings. Members may be recruited via the Party Finder. The results of a custom match will not be reflected on player PvP profiles, count toward achievements, or affect risers or tiers. Additionally, PvP experience, series experience, wolf marks, and other similar rewards cannot be earned during custom matches. And arenas. Both casual and ranked matches are held in a variety of different arenas. The staging ground currently in play rotates periodically according to Earth time. Now, what are these risers and tiers that have been mentioned a few times? A player's riser and tier indicates their demonstrated skill in ranked Crystalline Conflict matches. Tier, each player will rate in one of 6 tiers: bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, or crystal. Once they have attained a particular tier, a player will never drop down to a lower tier during that season. Risers. The sub-levels within each tier are called risers. The number of risers vary per tier, with 3 risers each for bronze and silver, 4 for gold and platinum, and 5 within the diamond tier. Unlike tiers, it is possible to drop to a lower riser. Rising stars. When you win a ranked match, you will gain 1 rising star. Similarly, a loss will remove 1 star. Once you've earned the maximum 3 rising stars and 1 riser, an additional win will allow you to move up a riser. Winning 3 or more matches in a row while in the bronze, silver, gold, platinum, or diamond tier will apply a streak bonus, netting you 2 rising stars per win. The crystal tier. Once you have reached crystal, the highest tier, victory and defeat will be reflected by your crystal credit rather than rising stars. The amount of credit you earn or forfeit in matches is determined by the difference in average credit between your team and the opposing team. Streak bonuses do not apply to crystal credit. And resets. At the end of each season, the tier and risers of all participants will be lowered, the amount by which will vary between seasons. Rules of engagement. Success in Crystalline Conflict depends on each team's ability to gain control of the tactical crystal and deliver it to the goal, which is the giant crystal shown in the screenshot. Victory conditions. To win, one team must move the tactical crystal from the center of the field to the goal point. If neither team accomplishes this during the time limit, victory will be awarded to the team with the greatest progress. It's effectively, if you've played Team Fortress 2, it's like the push the cart missions in Team Fortress 2. So kind of like the opposite of capture the flag, where you need to get a flag from the enemy base to your base, you're trying to get the target to the enemy base. To win, one team must move the tactical crystal. Oh, we've already read that. Progress displayed on the HUD throughout the match indicates the maximum progress a team has made in bringing the tactical crystal toward their goal at any point during the match, as opposed to its current position relative to either goal, and thus will never decrease even should the crystal be reclaimed by the opposing team. If neither team reaches the goal by the time limit, and progress for both teams is tied, or the team with lower progress scores currently within the ring around the tactical crystal, the match will proceed into overtime. During overtime, the victory conditions differ depending on both teams' progress. Should your team have the greater progress score upon the commencement of the overtime, you must keep the entire opposing team out of the ring around the tactical crystal for 3 seconds to win. Should the opposing team have the greater progress score upon the commencement of overtime, you must beat their progress score during overtime to win. Should the teams have equal progress scores upon the commencement of overtime, you must beat the opposing team's progress score during overtime to win. The tactical crystal itself, the all-important object placed at the arena center point, is called the tactical crystal. It will remain bound until the first 20 seconds of the match have passed. That is a recent change, it used to be 30 seconds. Once the tactical crystal is unbound, a ring will appear at its base. Should one team be fully in control of this ring, with no members of the opposing team present within its bounds, that team will be able to move the crystal. The crystal can only be moved along the crystal line, a dedicated path within the arena. It will move faster when it reaches a stretch of the line through which the same team has moved it before, or the controlling team's progress is less than that of the opposing team. Checkpoints can be found halfway between the center point and each team's goal. Upon reaching a checkpoint, the tactical crystal's progress will be halted temporarily. The team attempting to clear the checkpoint must remain in the crystal's ring until the clear progress gauge reaches 100%, at which point the crystal can once again be moved. The clear progress gauge will fill when the team attempting to clear the checkpoint has more players in the crystal's ring than the opposing team, and the gauge will fill faster the larger this discrepancy is. Finally, features. Crystalline Conflict arenas include a variety of tactically useful elements to make matches more dynamic. These include arena events designed to complement a specific arena in which they occur, as well as the following features. Medicine kits. Each arena comes equipped with medicine kits. Accessing these kits will restore a player's HP. Medicine kits cannot be claimed by those whose HP is at 100%, and each can only be claimed by one player. Once a kit has been claimed, a replacement will be generated after a set period of time has passed. Sprint zones. Certain stages feature unique paths suited to running. Entering these sprint zones will grant the effect of swift sprint, greatly increasing player movement speed, basically to help you get into the action faster. Jump glyphs. Stepping on a jump glyph will rapidly transport you to a specific location on the field. And finally, there are currently 4 arenas, and I believe plans to add more in the future, though I don't know if that's confirmed. I would be surprised if they didn't add more in the future. The Palestra, inspired by the iconic architecture of the Northern Empty, this glamour-woven arena features no specialized gimmicks, so there can be no doubt that to the superior team goes the glory. The volcanic heart, this staging ground, lies at the foot of a volcano, no less volatile for its artificial nature. If you can't take the heat, abandon all hope of victory. Special events that it has include eruptions. The volcanic heart periodically erupts, scattering self-destructing bombs across the field. Those who fail to avoid their explosive radii will take damage. Bomb cores will remain at the site of the bomb's destruction, granting those who acquire them the following: an effect increasing damage dealt for a short time, stacks up to 10 times, and a boost to the limit gauge. Cloud 9, though the cloud tops may be illusory, the turbulence in this arena feels real enough. Write its wins to victory or defeat. Special events it has include Turbulence. Players cast up into the air by Turbulence will take damage upon being returned unceremoniously to the ground. However, they may acquire black chocobo feathers while in the air, granting them the following: a soft landing, nullifying the typical damage taken from Turbulence, an effect decreasing attack speed and movement speed for a short time, and a boost to the limit gauge. So, pros and cons. The locations of black chocobo feathers are indicated by markers on the ground. Those who do not wish to go flying can negate the effects of Turbulence by using Guard. Turbulence also leaves behind a twister at the site where it occurred. Stumbling into these twisters will result in damage and knockback. If your guard is active, it will be depleted by the twister. And finally, the most recent, I believe, arena is the Clockwork Castle Town. Turn the tricks and traps of this far eastern labyrinth to your advantage, if you can. What surprises lurk within its glamour-woven walls? And for its gimmicks, it has trick floors. Standing upon a trick floor for too long will trigger a tatami twist, launching the unwitting loiterer into the air and inflicting damage. If your guard is active, it will be depleted by the effort of staying upright. Trick door. Players who approach these false gates will find themselves teleported instantly to another door far away from the expected trajectory. Trick doors only operate in one direction, so attempting to return the way you came will prove fruitless. And pneumatic parades. When a pneumatic parade begins, the Clockwork Onmyoji and Clockwork Yojimbo will join the fray. These puppets travel a predetermined path through the arena and unleash their unique attacks upon arriving in the vicinity of the center point, checkpoints, and goals. While the Clockwork Yojimbo will obliterate its surroundings with strong physical damage, the Clockwork Onmyoji quietly seeks unsuspecting players. Those unfortunate enough to meet its gaze will be greatly shrunk in size and suffer the following effects: decreased damage dealt and movement speed, and increased damage taken. During the midst of the parade, the infamous soy sauce mogul Kageyama will make his grand appearance upon a stage outside the arena and shower combatants with glimmering coin. Players who get their hands on a pile of gold will enjoy the following effect: a boost to the limit gauge. We'll be getting to Kageyama eventually. So, now that we have finished with the very long reading, apologies, I'm going to go ahead and get my hotbar set up and we will try out a round or two of Crystalline Conflict. Though I must point out, in order to set up our PvP hotbars, we're going to look not in our regular actions, but in our PvP profile. Actually, you know what? Since this is going to be a bit different, I might as well talk about what is specifically different about the way the hotbars work in, in PvP. My brain just kind of faltered there for a moment. We have completely different, well, mostly different actions here in PvP, and a lot of these actions we actually are not going to get on our main, out in regular gameplay until, some of them until Endwalker, so we're going to get a sneak preview of some of our late game builds. Though some of these are completely unique to PvP. PvP will simplify your hotbars greatly. A lot of your abilities in PvP are just going to be very, very much simplified versions of what you have in on your actual outside of PvP hotbars. Many of these actions cannot be assigned to a hotbar because they'll be triggered automatically by using other actions. And for the most part, anytime you have a certain combo of actions, on your DPS classes, you'll have a series of abilities you use in order for a combo. Those combos are typically consolidated into one button that you press repeatedly. It's all explained in the information here, if you read through it. I'm playing a scholar, so it's actually fairly simple. I don't really have combo buttons here. But a lot of these abilities will kind of combo into each other. For example, we summon Seraph with our Limit Break, and then our summon Seraph will turn into things like Seraph Flight or Consolation. Let me actually check how that specifically works. Action changes to Consolation upon execution. So yeah, when we use Summon Seraph, our limit break, it turns into this, which will restore HP of all nearby party members for 4,000 potency, and erects a magic barrier, which nullifies damage equal to a heal of 4,000 potency. Very big shield. Seraphic Flight is a secondary limit break. We cannot set it to the hotbar. When does it become active? I'm going to assume it replaces Summon Seraph at some point, but Consolation normally does that, so We've got Seraphic Veil, Consolation. We have Standard Issue Elixir. These are going to be available for all of our jobs, I believe. So we are definitely going to want to set that up. Standard Issue Elixirs will be restores your HP and MP to max. And Recuperate will restore your own health for 15,000 potency. Purify will remove various status effects that you may not want. Actually, I'm going to move Purify over here because it's kind of like an Asuna. We've got Guard. Do I want to put Guard here on X, or do I want to put it over here? I will put it here next to Purify. Sprint is set to my macros, onto my left, push my left stick in, so I don't need to worry about that. Alright. Should be good. I actually went ahead and did all that on screen. And then I think the last thing we want to do is it is a good idea to set up our Mount Roulette. Where are you? Mount Roulette. There you are. We'll set up Mount Roulette here. And I've kind of set up the hotbars kind of how I would have them set up on my regular non-PvP hotbars. Just trying to match as close as possible for the sake of muscle memory. Now then, now that we've got all that set up, I don't think I explained very well the whole how hotbars work differently in PvP. It's just very, very simplified. A lot of actions are confined into like single, you push multiple times actions. There's different actions and also similar actions. PvP is a whole different system from your regular hotbars. It borrows a lot from your regular, but it's also very different. So let's go ahead and begin a casual match of Crystalline Conflict. And you may notice we do not get to have our fairy with us for Crystalline Conflict. We'll need to use Summon Seraph with our limit break to do that. I want to say that in PvP our limit breaks are per player rather than per party. Don't quote me on that though. I could actually be horribly mistaken, but no one's yelled at me for using my using the party limit break though, so I'm assuming it's individual. Alright, well it may take a little bit for the party to ping up. Let's begin! That was fast. And we get an achievement, Battle Bread. Oh my god, Galileo Figaro. I have to imagine, okay, unless Bohemian Rhapsody was in fact referencing a specific person, I have to imagine that's a Bohemian Rhapsody reference. And yeah, it should be safe to switch over to the chat for this, since it is the quick chat. It is all pre-programmed commands. You cannot type in chat regularly. As mentioned, effectively just a way to prevent shit-talking and being an asshole. Alright then, we got a map in the top right. I see we are in the Charlian-inspired stage, so there's going to be no particular gimmicks in this one. So let's get moving. To the crystal. It might be a good idea to hang back a little bit, not get overwhelmed by the... Oh god, they hit us with a heavy. Try not to get too overwhelmed by the enemy team too soon. Okay, here we go. Let's start casting Broil. We're using Broil 4, which is our current, like, Endwalker ability. Oh, God, no! Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I don't do PvP much, so yeah, I'm definitely going to be what is called not good at this. Apologies. Oh god. Yep, no, you can tell that I am floundering. I'm not sure what I'm doing because I do not PvP. I don't do it. I just, it's not my thing. I should do more PvP because I can definitely see all of the appeal. It's just not really my thing, typically. Okay, we got our asses handed to us there. Don't expect any high-quality gameplay out of me in this, I assure you. Okay, let's see. They're running on ahead. They're right over here. Almost to the checkpoint, so let's go ahead and fix that. What the heck just happened? Did someone just limit break me? I think someone just limit braked me. I just kind of got grabbed and tossed around there for a moment. I was so confused at what was happening there. Alright. Thankfully, they start us off with Swift Sprint in order to get us back into the action pretty quickly. Okay, I should be using Mummification in order to do AoE damage, since we do have many enemies here. Let's set up an Adloquium, Deployment Tactics to spread the shield to our party. Oh god. No, it's up for self-heal. God. Yeah, this is gonna take some getting used to. You know what? What am I doing? These are not party heals, so I'm gonna put them here. I don't know why I thought I was gonna put them up there. That was a dumb move. Okay, crap, they've cleared the checkpoint. They've cleared the checkpoint. You can tell I'm flustered. Oh, Jesus, my god, as soon as I come in, they'd slam me with a stun. Did not have time to react. I used Purify, but I did not have enough time to react beyond that. This other team is well organized. They can't be well organized. You cannot do preformed parties specifically to prevent organized parties. So they're probably just competent, and I'm not. Okay, we gotta move. They are right up at the end. Well, I'm not dead yet, so it can't be all bad. I got How Can I Help, so I'm pretty sure that's for getting at least one, probably a certain number of assists, I'm guessing. Alright, use Adloquium for the shield, and the Deployment Tactics to get that shield spread. Let's do that again, just to refresh since we've got more enemies coming in. And you can see that there's a lot of our abilities are charge based. We have a certain number of charges which take a certain amount of time to replenish. Okay, let's go for another Adloquium with deployment. Oh my god, we're recovering from this. This is not gonna last for long, I assure you. Okay, you've got a guard up, which is irritating. Oh god. Okay, can I get you with a Biolysis? Now we are getting the groove. Okay, this is feeling a lot better. Oh crap! Oh, I didn't notice my health was so low. That was on me. I was thinking we might need to do a second round to kind of show how this show a better run, but this might be. No, we've got 5 seconds left. Yeah, I'll do a second round. I'll do a second round. Overtime. Can we make it? Can we make it? We have to beat their score, so we have to push it. Nope. All right, we lost. Oh well, that wasn't too bad. And I'll go over this tutorial in a moment. I was 5 deaths and 6 assists. Apparently, I was considered second place in our team. I'm pretty sure this is sorted by like how well they think you did. Oh, it's gone. Okay, well, active help. PvP, PvP, PvP. Where are you? want PvP rewards. Maybe I'll just have to search for it. No? Nothing? Well, that's rude. I wanted to read that. I very much wanted to read that. Hold on, let me find that for real quick, and then we'll go in for a second round. Ah, here we are. PvP rewards. It's a lowercase v. That's why I couldn't find it. Participating in PvP matches will grant you the following 3 rewards: PvP experience, series experience, and wolf marks. You may claim additional rewards outside of PvP matches via series rewards and more. For further information, speak with Storm Captain Berkoya Lotelsin at the Wolf's Den. You can view PvP performance records, available PvP actions, and more by selecting PvP profile under character in the main menu. Alright, well, thank you for that information. Let's go ahead and hop in for one more round of Crystalline Conflict. Oh, I also need to check what achievements I got so I can mark them off. Okay, I got How Can I Help and Cutting Your Wolf Loose. Alright then, let's get going. 30 seconds before it starts. Hopefully this one will go much smoother than that last round. Now, every single map is completely symmetric, so I want to say that you are technically always going to be on Team Astra and the other team's going to be Team Umbra. At the very least, I have never seen myself be on Team Umbra. So I want to say it's possible, at least, that since the maps are all symmetric, they just say you're on Team Astra. But I could be mistaken on that. Like I said, I don't do PvP that often, but every time I've done Crystalline Conflict, I have never seen myself be on Team Umbra. Oh, some of the abilities that people have in PvP can be really obnoxious. Oh god. Apparently they didn't like me. They didn't like me very much at all. Alright, well, when I get back in, I'm going to have to... Hopefully I can get a good run going with an Adloquium plus deployment tactics. I have not explained that very well at all, and I'm so sorry. Deployment tactics is an ability which lets you spread a shield to other party members. So it is definitely a very good ability to have and be using. Okay, the crystal's over here. Okay, quick, get another shield up. I'm stunned! I didn't notice I was stunned in time. And they've cleared the checkpoint. God, this is not going well. How much you want to bet the common weak link in each of these casual matches is me? I'm the reason we're losing. It's not like I'm not trying, I'm just bad at it. Oh god, they're already up at the end. Oh god, they're already up at the end. Alright, I'm doing one more round. That was simply not good. This will be our last round, though, assuming it lasts more than 30 seconds. Alright, round 3. Let's do this. Let's actually win this time. Please, please, please. I want one win. I want one win. I just want one win. If we lose again, though, I'm just going to be convinced that I'm the reason we're losing. Don't ask why I'm jumping from star point to star point. It's just passing the time. Here we go. Let's do this. Let's try not to rush in too quickly. Probably good to let... Here. I'm going to get an initial shield up on everyone. So if anyone dares to come at us... Okay, shield. And I'm already down. Wow. Okay, are they targeting me because I'm the healer? Even though healers really aren't that effective in PvP. They really aren't that effective in PvP. Okay, we're holding steady in the middle. And we are pushing forward. Let's do it. Oh, heck yeah. Okay. Shields up. Deployment tactic on everyone. Well, everyone who's nearby. That's 4 people at least. And we're hitting the checkpoint. Oh, thank goodness. We're pushing ahead. Uh-oh. Someone's incoming. Hi there. You want to try and come at me instead of, you know, hiding like a coward? Okay, let's stay with the crystal. Honestly, hiding is not a bad strategy, especially if you're ranged DPS. But it looks like we might actually win this one pretty quickly. Okay, shields up. You've got a guard up, which is annoying. Okay, almost there, almost there. And we have a victory. Oh, good. Sometimes matches go like that, where you just kind of cruise through. Sometimes it's just a rapid back and forth. Alright, well then. With a victory under our chest... That's not the expression. That is not the expression at all. And a whole bunch of achievements... I think that's going to be a good introductory look at Crystal Conflict. I might play it a little bit on my own time. There's actually a daily roulette for doing PvP, but it does not include Crystalline Conflict, so we don't have it unlocked yet. But I might play some more Crystalline Conflict on my own time. It's certainly fun. But there are definitely more PvP modes that I will check out eventually. Eventually. But for now, with that done, with our introduction to PvP with Crystalline Conflict done, next time on Final Fantasy XIV, we're heading back to Wineport because it looks like we are continuing the main story with the next quest. It won't work. What won't work? I'm curious to find out. I'll see everyone next time for that.